I think for a lot of people, it is very difficult to not maintain a structured mode. We are wanting to be structured all the time. We are not allowing ourselves to get out of the grid. We are always in the structure and we keep ourselves to do something in a certain time. This is certainly one kind of routine way. It's a very masculine based structure, but a lot of times when we want to be more enjoying with our lives, we can basically become more relaxed into the feminine sore form of our bodies, and the feminine way basically is less structure. The feminine way is basically it's like a plant. You see the branches of the plant, it just spreading out. And a lot of times we need to allow ourselves to actually spreading out of the box, and just extend our branches out, and to move our body and to really relax. And that is just one way to actually really enjoy our lives, really. And this is actually the favorite way for me personally to enjoy my life, is really to stay in the feminine form of myself. And I think for a lot of people, it's not really easy, but it's certainly the most beautiful and amazing way to enjoy our lives. But of course, you can be totally just in your masculinity and just stay there like a mountain, and just feel you are very calm and you're very structured in that form, and to keep on moving. But a lot of times we might get really burned. We might get too much following the rules. We are too much in the structure, in the box. And a lot of times we need to really come out of it and to become light-hearted, and to realize we are not just modules. We can actually become, very, very light in ourselves to enjoy our lives. And it's like an extension of ourselves. So I would really love to encourage everyone to connect better with their feminine energy, and to really feeling that doing everything with a motivation, which is not survival mode. It's more like you really love something, you really feel excited to do something, you really want to create something, and that kind of feeling to do something. And so the theme for today's video is about how to keep ourselves calm in the chaotic situation. So I think the first thing is to realize that it is always fear that is making us not calm. So when we can allow ourselves to be afraid in a situation for us is scary, and we can notice that actually we're really, really afraid. And that's one very important thing to notice. And don't try to avoid being afraid. Don't try always to look like a warrior and always look very tough and strong. And just to accept that actually there is a part of us is probably really afraid of the chaos. That's why we cannot be really calm. So the first thing is to acknowledge the fear in us when we are in chaos. And the second thing is to really feel you are accepting it as much as possible as it is. And this will happen anyway, because life is always creating so many kind of chaotic situation. And the point when you see it through is to help you to go beyond duality rather than escaping duality. So go beyond, it simply means you will just accept it as it is. You're not trying to change it anymore. You decided to say, okay, if I wake up another day, it's still going to be chaotic like this, and I'm just going to decide to move forward with my life anyway. I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm not going to feel I'm not in the mood to do anything. I'm basically just going to move forward with it. So this is the first thing. This is the second thing, is to try as much as possible to accept as normal that the chaotic situations just are always there. So, okay. Okay, so the third thing is that difficult for most people who have a very warrior spirit is to allow it to happen. Allow it to happen through you. Allow it to happen around you. Allow this energy to penetrate. And I think this is not easy because usually we will become very defensive in situations we think is harmful. But when you think about it, we're living in a world which it is not safe. Every second there anything that can happen in our world. So how can we make sure that we're always keep calm in a situation without feeling we're broken? Actually, just allow it as it is. Allow it to happen to you as much as possible. Because when you're actually allowing it to happen, you will realize actually you are stronger than you thought. You think you're not, but you are actually stronger than you thought you are. And basically, if you are in Buddhism or in any religions, you will realize that the soul is deathless. So basically, we don't really die, and death is just an illusion. And when we see it this way, we wouldn't feel that this life itself is so much a big deal. We don't have to worry too much based on death. And basically, it is like an illusion to feel that we have to make any decisions according to that, right? So this is what I want to say. So basically, this is what I want to say. A lot of times when we want to feel happy, we need to allow a lot of things to happen to us and not just in an escaping mode. We realize actually we are stronger than we thought. Even if it is the most harsh energy around us, we will still be able to actually go through it. We might not like this kind of energy, but as long as we are very aware what is going through when we are allowing things to happen, or we don't have the ability at that right moment to prevent it happening. For example, pollution, right? You cannot do anything about it at that very moment. You just have to breathe that air. But you're going to allow it to happen, and you're just going to accept it as it is. And you know that you're stronger than that. You're not going to be polluted simply because the air is polluted. You know that you are larger than that. You know that you can have the ability to cleanse the air. And yeah, so this is what I want to say. And so the next thing, the fourth thing, is to be disidentified with the situation. This is the most high level state for anybody who live in this world. Is to feel that you are in a situation but you are not really entangled with it. You are there but you are pretty aloof. You are either avoiding it or you are trying to capture it, or you cannot get rid of it. No, basically you are there, but you feel you are you, and all the outer images and the energies, they are just around you, but you are not hooked up with any of these energies. And this is really a next level state because we might feel disgusted by some of the energies, and we might feel we are afraid of some of the energies, and we will feel we are out of our comfort zone with some of the energies. And usually, what we will do is to avoid it or to deny it or to label it or to judge it or to blame it. Anyway, we just want to separate ourselves with it. But when we are using a very negative attitude toward it, we are actually entangled deeper with it. And so it's better to see it as it is and allow it to happen as it is. And you are just there as an empty bamboo. You know, the bamboo is empty inside, right? If we consider ourselves as a container and we feel we are empty inside, then it doesn't really matter what kind of energy comes inside the vessel. The vessel itself is empty. So the energy will come inside and then it will just go because you are empty, so you don't have any hooks to entangle with these energies. You don't have any boxes, you don't have any little caves or anything to store these energies. Basically, the energies will just come like a wind and it will just go away. It will just stay for a while, but you are like the open sky. You are like the watcher. You just look at it and then it will just go. And in the end, you don't feel it becomes part of you. And then you don't become heavy because of it. So a lot of us, I think we are in this world, and the longer we're in this world, and heavier we become because we become this storage room. We carried a lot of other people's energies, the energies from the environment which actually don't belong to us. And we actually have been trying, and we have made a lot of efforts to try to avoid it. But we just can't get rid of it. It seems like more we're complaining about it, more it comes toward us. It's simply because when we're paying attention to it, we're actually giving more power to it to come toward us. It doesn't really matter it is a negative attitude or positive attitude. And it's also because inside of our bodies, it is not empty. It is not empty enough to be able to let these energies go through without leaving a trace. So and more they come, and then they will just stay inside the energy body, and you will feel you're becoming heavier and heavier. So the point is really from the very bottom to get rid of all these old gun, and so you have a very light empty vessel. So even if there are all kinds of horrible energies around, and these energies will come and you will allow it to come through sometimes, and then you can it can't really leave a trace. It cannot really stay in this vessel of your energy field. And so that is the time you can be able to feel the same after you experienced something. And you basically are remaining yourself. You are not getting changed by the environment, by the situation, or by other people. And that's, to me, is the highest state. So this is what I want to share of how to keep calm in a chaotic situation. So I hope this video have helped you. And if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please leave the messages below. And if you like some healing sessions with me, you can also contact to book a session. So this is for today's video. I will see you next time. Bye.